Welcome to Morning Infusion with Dr. V. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to be a nurse and a military mom, own a business, and run a miles a month, 1,000 miles? Like really, literally run miles? Well, my name is Dr. Viola Pierce, and I am the CEO and the owner of VP Nursing and the Nurse Nurturer, and the facilitator of Secret Circles Worldwide with Dr. V, where our goal is to equip healthcare professionals to be spiritually and physically fit, financially stable, able to lead with integrity, to decrease error at the bedside, and in leadership, to lead a full empowered life. Our goal is to come to you each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you the fuel to crush your goals, to show up exceptional on a daily basis. You can follow us on Twitter at The Nurse Nurturer, Instagram at VP Nursing, and if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You can also visit us at our website at vpnursing.com. So today we have our special guest, Miss Serena Gerfy. So Serena and I went through our master's program together, and Serena and I were the people. We kind of came up on the back end of things a lot of times, and we were like calling each other up. Did you do that? Did you do that? We had a great time. She has been in the Navy for 22 years, with 7 of those as a nurse. She has been a lieutenant for 3 years. You go ahead, girl. She is currently stationed in Guam and works as a critical care nurse in the ICU. So welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. So tell us about your healthcare journey. Like, what was the defining reason that you wanted to become a nurse?
So I didn't always want to be a nurse. And that always shocks people because they always had I healed my great aunt from dying type of story. And I never had one of those. I never wanted to be a nurse. My dad pushed me to be a nurse when I joined the Navy because I joined as a corpsman and I went to lab school, and I loved the lab. I loved being a lab tech. I kind of still miss the lab but I got sent on this deployment, and it was my second deployment. And I got to get out of the lab and actually see patient care and see what nurses did. And I was like, I really want to do this. So then I dropped a package because in the military, they have officer programs. And this one was called the Medical Enlistment Commissioning Program. So I dropped a package, got accepted, went to school, and here I am.
Sweet, sweet. Don't you love it how people just kind of speak life into you? You know,
Yeah.
one of the things that my husband did was he was like, you can go on and become a doctor. And literally I was like, I'm not doing that. Doing that. And then all of a sudden, here I am. There you go. Now, because you are in the military, you are required to travel a great deal. How does that affect your family life?
Well, I grew up in the military family, so my immediate family understands because I grew up and we moved around a lot as kids. Now that I have my own kids, sometimes he doesn't understand why we live so far away from grandma and grandpa, but he gets it. But when I go on deployments, luckily I was fortunate on my last deployment. He was still kind of young. He was about 2. Because he was 3 he turned 3 pretty much the day I got home. He didn't realize I wasn't there, which was okay because he was young. We FaceTime. Luckily, we have the technology now that we can stay in touch a little better versus years ago when you couldn't. So it didn't really, because he could see me every day on the phone. It didn't really bother him that much, I guess.
Right.
But now that he's older, it bothers him. So he's 5 now, and because of COVID, they got stuck home for 6 months. And he was just like, Mommy, I miss you. Mommy, I want to come home. So, I mean, that's kind of heartbreaking. But he gets used to it. Like, he understands Mommy has a job. So, and we move every 2 to 3 years. And right now we're in Guam, and he loves Guam. And before we were in San Diego, and he loves San Diego too. But he loves Guam. Like, he knows where Guam is. He knows that we're on the island. Like, he's so smart. But yeah, and then I have a very supporting husband. So it works out.
Yeah, that is, I'm with John on that one. I like Guam too. I mean, I've never been there, but I can imagine I would like it a lot.
Beautiful island. I totally recommend visitations after all this COVID stuff is over with.
I will definitely come to visit you. So just be, get the bedroom ready, okay? Now, how long have you been exercising?
Well, since I've been in the military for 22 years, 22 years.
Pushed in there, pushed.
But yeah, so in the beginning it was kind of forced. I used to run all the time. I love to run. But I ended up getting bursitis in both of my hips. So I had my first hip surgery in 2010. So that kind of slowed me down a little bit. I'm sorry, 2002 was my first hip surgery. My last hip surgery was in 2010. So after my last surgery, I actually did a complete halt on running and just did like the elliptical or whatever. And then I got back into it when I got stationed with Med Battalion, because you have to run with Med Battalion. You got to keep up with your Marines. So I didn't want to be that one person that couldn't run. So I got back into it slowly but surely. And then went on deployment and I ran every day. So, and now my hips don't bother me at all. So I love to run. I don't know why. It clears my head. I'm a runner.
Yes. I see you running all the time. I'm like, what is going on with her? But you have to, obviously you have to exercise, and running does clear your mind. It is great for sure. Now, what was the primary?
Oh, sorry. I was going to tell you, I get a lot of ideas when I run.
Well,
yeah,
good.
I do, and then of course if I don't write them down, I forget them. But I do get a lot of good things when I run. So
now, do you run with the phone?
I'm sorry?
Do you run with the phone?
I do, but I'm listening to music. So I can do two things at once, apparently, because I listen to music and I think at the same time.
Gotcha. This one guy was talking about how he would, put in his note section the thoughts that he had. So that may be an idea for you.
As that hit the speaker button, because I can't text and walk.
And make run. Well, I mean, stop for a second, okay? Because I don't want you. Oh, I'm sorry. Now, what there are times when you first exercising that you feel drained because your body is getting used to the running. What are some practical ways in which you can combat those feelings?
Oh, you just got to stretch a little bit. Get yourself a foam roller if you have muscles that hurt, and just roll it out and just keep going.
Okay.
I run sometimes if my hips. The only time I stop running is if my hips hurt. I don't stop for anything else. Like if I have low ankle pain or knee pain, I throw on a brace and I keep moving. But the only thing that will slow me down will be my hips, only because I've already had hip surgeries. But I just keep going, and then all you just got to do is keep going.
Gotcha.
I mean,
how often do you run a week?
Huh?
How often do you run a week?
Up to depending on my work schedule, and if I'm working days or nights, because I love to run at night. Especially before the sun comes out. It's way too hot in Guam, and the sun comes up at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, so it gets way hot. So it depends on my work schedule, but like 3 to 5 days.
Sweet.
Mostly around the part.
Now, what are some foods that are staples in your fitness journey that provide you with energy to continue?
Okay, so I'm like the worst person when it comes to eating properly.
Lord have mercy, Serena.
I saw that question, and I damn near. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. And I laughed really hard because I'm like, man, I am not the person to be telling people what to eat. I have digestive problems, so I know there's foods I can't eat. I mean, just eat healthy. There's guides out there you can use. White meat, like chicken and fish and stuff. I stay away from the red meat because it's bad for you, apparently. Water. I definitely am not the person to get food advice from. I don't eat a lot of like McDonald's and stuff, but
funny.
Healthy vegetables. That's what they tell you to eat. I don't eat it.
You are funny.
I'm sorry. I just run. I don't eat healthy at all.
We're gonna pray about you, okay? We're really gonna. I'll send you some guides, okay, for that. You send me some guys about how to run better. How about that? It takes a village. Um, Now, how important is exercise to mental health of the nurse who is working at the bedside and in leadership?
Oh, it's very important. I think that's probably why I picked up running more often is because it's a huge stress reliever for me. You got to have that work-life balance, and you can't come home angry because of the job, and you can't go to work angry because of something that happened at home. Like, you got to leave it at the door, and exercising is a way to maintain that. So, and when I can't run, I got my Bowflex back here and I jump on that thing. So you just gotta work it out of you.
Yeah, it increases the endorphins. And you shared with me something that I didn't really know. Apparently, outside in the civilian world, you encountered a few physicians who were yelling at you, and you were like, "Yeah, no, that's not the way we do things."
Oh, I didn't like that a lot. So I'm gonna stay in my military world.
Well, for me, there have been times when I've just not. I'm just like, why are you yelling? I mean, we can get the same job done if you don't yell. It was
Yeah.
this one time I was with one physician, and we were talking, and this we had just literally went to computer physician order entry, CPOE,
Mhm.
and that tells you how long I've been a nurse. So anyway, we went over to the computer, and when we were the golden rule was that we could not enter the orders for the physician. The physician had to come and enter the orders. So with this particular physician didn't want to. He was kind of old school physician. He wanted someone else to enter his orders, and so the ER doctor asked me to enter the orders. And this particular physician was just not nice. And then I can understand half of the things that he was saying. And I said, nope.
Nope.
I said, because I said, first, the number one rule is that we're not supposed to be entering the orders.
Mhm.
Number two, I said, he's not nice. I said, and he's gonna yell at me and I'm gonna yell at him. I said, and they need more of them than they need us. So it's 3 million of us. So,
Mhm.
the odds are not for me.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
doing
think this is key sometimes. You gotta be nice. Otherwise, I'm not doing nothing for you.
that. Now you have managed with your busy life to have a business on the side where you take absolutely beautiful pictures,
Thank
especially of
you.
your precious little boy. Now, what is the primary reason that you chose photography?
So I actually picked up a camera when I was in nursing school as a way to relieve my stress because apparently I was doing way too much shopping. So
Ah,
yeah, so I picked it up in nursing school and it just developed from there, and I love it. It's another great stress relief for me. I can sit out with my camera on the beach for hours in the same spot and take pictures of the same location for hours, and people look at me like I'm crazy. But it like I'm focused and I'm in the zone, and it really helps me mentally just like let everything go. So I really
so do,
enjoy it. But I also enjoy taking pictures of people too. So
so do you think that you will eventually not, once you come out of the military, do you think that that will be the thing that you will do?
oh yeah, my plan is when I retire in a couple years to do full-time photography because by that time I'm gonna probably retire from nursing as well because that's
Okay.
gonna be at least I don't do math in my head a long time.
Well, that's going to be really, really sweet. So, what are the primary things that you photograph other than, like if you had to, like, do you do weddings?
Oh
Like,
yeah, no, I've never done. I've done small little weddings, like intimate weddings. Those I'm okay with. Anything big and extravagant, it's too stressful. I don't want to handle it. But mostly couples, families, little babies, not newborn babies, because again, that's stressful. And I don't want some kid's head falling off. Not that it would, but if you don't hold it and whatever, it's just a lot. It's very stressful. But I love like landscape photography. This is where I get my zone. Night photography, especially of the like astrophotography of the sky and stuff. That's I love. That's
sweet,
favorites. And of course,
sweet.
I'm taking pictures of my kid.
So, do you think that you would? go over into videography at any point?
I'm looking into it. I have done a few videos, but not like full blown videography. Like I don't have the equipment. Like my camera can do video, so I do stills and videos and make like little minute to 3 minute videos for clients sometimes.
I remember when we were in school and we had to do the videos for school. And I remember you coming in with these amazing videos. And I was like, how in the world did you do that? And you were like,
I remember you being on my team or my group for that, by the way. So you're welcome for the good grade.
I was like, she did an amazing job. And she was like, well, it's through our movie. And I was like, well, okay. And that's one of the reasons why I was absolutely going to get me an iMac for sure. Like,
Yeah.
this chick right here is working it out.
But I don't use iMovie anymore. Now I use Final Cut Pro.
Final Cut Pro. Well, we're gonna have to talk offline about that for sure.
Yeah.
So tell us about your sweet little boy and how you think your exercise journey has affected him.
He loves watching me exercise because he loves my little machine I have sitting behind me. And he comes in here every day and says, Mom, I'm going to work out. He's 5. He can barely reach the pedals on it. So he'll get on it and one side go down and then the other side, and then he'll just jump from side to side. He's very active. We just got him a trampoline when he got home, and he's in it every day, just bouncing. He just loves to exercise. So that's why I don't really worry about him like being too sedentary and just sitting on the couch watching his iPad all day, because some days he'll do that, but most days he doesn't. And he's literally running all over the place just because he sees mommy running. So, and daddy works out too. Like daddy rides bikes. So we're a very active family. It's going to help.
That's really good because, you know, which I was telling one of my friends last night, that what you put in your children is coming out. And sometimes what happens is they go through that stage, that teenage stage, to their, adulthood stage, and they're growing and they're doing things that you may not necessarily think is appropriate. But what you put in them is coming out of them. And I have to, you have to be, you just have to be patient in that process, and pray a whole lot, but that is definitely for sure the thing. Well, it has been a pleasure having you on. I love you. I miss you. I'm just so super excited. Super excited about you doing the things that you're doing, being big in the world. I love it. We grew up. My name is Dr. Viola Pierce. I am the owner and the CEO of the Nurse Nurture and VP Nursing, where our goal is to equip you to be spiritually and physically fit, financially stable, able to lead with integrity, to decrease error at the bedside, and in leadership, increase resilience to lead a full empowered life. Our goal is to come to you each Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you the fuel to crush your goals, to show up exceptional on a daily basis. You can follow us on Twitter at The Nurse Nurturer, Instagram at VP Nursing, and if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You can also visit us at our website at vpnursing.com.